This is an ABC News special report.
Hi, I'm 𝗙𝗪𝗎𝗍. We are coming on the air with breaking news. A U.S. official confirms to ABC News that it appears a U.S. fighter jet has been shot down by Iran. Now with search and rescue operations underway, let's get to our chief global affairs anchor, Martha Raddatz. Martha, what do we know so far?
Well, Diane, what we do know is this was a two-seater aircraft. The pilot would be in front, the weapons systems officer would be in back. And this would be a very dramatic and very dangerous rescue. Iran's Revolutionary Guard saying that Iranian forces had shot down the U.S. fighter overnight, with Iranian state media releasing images of the wreckage of a jet and of an intact ejection seat. The IRGC said it was an F-35. But from the images that we do believe are credible but have not independently verified, it looks like an Air Force F-15. The pilots, the navigator, of course, know that Iranians would be looking for them. In fact, Iran put out a message to shoot the pilots if they were found, and a reward was being offered. Later, they said if they are found alive. This comes after President Trump claimed in his speech on Wednesday night that the Iranians have no anti-aircraft equipment. Their radar is 100% annihilated.
See, guys, this is a really important point because, it shows that, like, Trump's lying to us, okay? And, I mean, we know that he's lying to us. And every sane and rational person knows that he's lying to us. But the fact of the matter is he keeps saying, we destroyed their entire Navy. We destroyed their entire Air Force. We destroyed everything. All the people are dead. Everything has been taken out. They just won't give up. But they're shooting down, $175 million planes, They are clearly not yet out of goods, or they're not out of anti-aircraft missiles. They're certainly not out of ballistic missiles. Now, I do want to say another thing, though, guys, about the $15 billion that Iran has taken in since the beginning of this war, is because we had sanctions on their oil, and because of them shutting down the Strait of Hormuz, what Donald Trump did, since they had no actionable plan to protect the Strait of Hormuz, they didn't think about the Strait of Hormuz before they attacked in this stupid ass war. They got into a situation where they were panicking about the price of oil, so they removed the sanctions. Right? They removed the fucking sanctions, so Iran's been able to sell oil at like 3 times what they were selling it from before. So they are flush with cash. We literally provided them with the mechanism to just refurbish their entire military. Why? Because Donald Trump is a fucking moron. Right? That's why. Because he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, dude. We literally are paying them to go to war against us. Clown. Clown, absolute clown.
We now know, according to a U.S. official, that at least one of those individuals has been recovered alive. We don't know anything else about that person's condition. Search and rescue efforts remain underway right now. Now, this is the first time that we know about that a manned aircraft has gone down inside Iran as part of this war. And it's significant, Yasmin, and that is because it dispels this idea that the U.S. has complete and total autonomy or control over the airspace over Iran right now.
I mean, dude, I believe Trump, he had a direct quote, guys.
We've obliterated their just about everything there is to obliterate, including leadership. Their Navy's gone, their Air Force is gone, their anti-aircraft equipment is gone. We're flying wherever we want, Pete. We have nobody even shooting at us.
Oh, yeah. See, I remember that quote. Yeah, I've been watching you, Trumpy. You fucking piece of shit. The anti-aircraft equipment is gone. We're flying where we want. We have nobody even shooting at us. That was, boom, 12 days ago, guys. Look at that, March 19th. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. What a liar.
Their leaders are gone. They picked new leaders, they're gone. They picked new leaders, they're gone. And now they're looking for new leaders again.
Oh, yeah. He's just lying.
You look at the types of strikes that were done here in the western part of the country and in the west central part of the country. You can see that there are a lot of areas.
There's not a lot going on by Hormuz, though.
But having said all of that, the key thing is this: no matter how often you strike at targets like this, there are still capabilities that are existent within the Iranian arsenal. CNN reporting has at least half of the missile forces that were believed to have existed before the war still in existence right now. And one of the reasons for that is the way that they can disperse these forces. They have them on mobile launchers. They have them, on trucks basically that go all over the place that are harder to detect, and plus they bury them underground.
Yeah, see, that's just it, guys. That is the nightmare here. Iran is a very military-oriented country. It's a big country. They have a very big population. They have oil. They're not a poor country. And they've spent a lot of money on their military. I mean, guys, let me just tell you, Israel are like terrorists over there in the Middle East. They're total fucking brats, threatening everyone. And so Iran has been armed to the teeth, man, because living near Israel, they have to be, because Israel is totally untrustworthy. And so they know Israel is funded by America, so they have been armed to the teeth. But it is not like, Iran's not like, hey, look at our military base with all our fancy equipment. There's caves and shit. They have like mountain outposts, like the same way that their nuclear stuff was in a big cement tomb, like all the way underground. Dude, all of their shit is in embedded into concrete bunkers in the sides of mountains and shit like that. And they're not stupid. They don't have it laying out on the road. I mean, you know what it reminds me of, guys? It reminds me a lot of Vietnam. Vietnam was the same way. It was in the jungle. They used natural cover. They had underground tunnels. A lot of their shit was not like your standard warfare because of the terrain. And they're adept. They can move around in those mountains. Those bunkers are probably connected to one another. I mean, they're used to operating underground the same way that like drug traffickers do that are crossing borders and shit. And Afghanistan was like that. That's why Afghanistan was so fruitless, with America being there and Russia both spent like decades in Afghanistan. They didn't really do shit. Because you can't, if when you're in terrain like the mountains or jungles, the people that are native to that shit, they have the upper hand, okay? They have the upper hand. It doesn't matter how much firepower you've got. It doesn't matter how much technology you got. In those mountains, they have the upper hand. And my God, if the boots go on the ground, this shit is going to get way messy, because the people that know that terrain, they have the upper hand always. It's not like fighting out in the desert. Like, the Iraq shit and Kuwait, when they were fighting Desert Storm, that was very different. It was way easier to win out in the desert, but fighting in the mountains or fighting in the jungle, and you're kind of fucked. It's just a stupid war to pick. Dude, this was a dumb war to get into, guys. It is a dumb war to get into. Huge country, huge military, lot of military spending, very organized in the way they have the terrain, like well-mastered terrain. And I mean, for me, guys, is the Strait of Hormuz, okay? It is, because if Donald Trump and 𝗙𝗟𝗍𝗍 had been like 10% of decent leaders, they would have completely had a contingency plan for the Strait of Hormuz. They would have taken Hormuz first That would have been their first objective. We are going to take control of the strait, bomb their leaders, take the strait, and then everything else. But like, dude, the strait was their fucking bargaining chip. That was their whole, like, game. And so if you didn't take that first, what are you doing? You're an idiot. They're just not smart, dude. They thought they were going to go in. Oh, we're going to kill some leaders. Iran's going to be like, oh, please stop. But they had no contingency plan for the Strait of Hormuz. It's like almost like they weren't even thinking about it, dude. Idiots.
So they have these hardened tunnels that are designed specifically to survive these kinds of attacks.
Absolutely.
Iran has been preparing for this kind of a war for a very long time.
That's the thing, is even if their firepower is like not as maximum aggressive like ours is, and they're not downing a lot of planes or they're not knocking out a lot of bases, what they have is they have the capacity to just survive for 10 years while America like spends all of our fucking money and just make it so we spend endless amounts of money raining down bombs and all this shit, and they're still there. It's like that shit is the real danger. It is like war of attrition, right? Where they just wear you down and just force you to expend all of your fucking resources, guys. And you know what it reminds me of, guys? Heavyweight boxing. There are some guys in heavyweight boxing who can just take an endless beating. So that heavyweight boxer just is getting pummeled, 10 rounds, 12 rounds, 14 rounds, right? And then what ends up happening is by the time that guy gets to the last round, the dude who's been beating the shit out of him, the guy's tank is just empty. That guy has hammered him with everything he's got, and he is just empty. And then all it takes is one good hit, bro, and homie is knocked out. And that, like, guys, I feel like Iran could literally go for like a decade. I shit you not. I think America could bomb the shit out of Iran with all those red circles and keep pummeling. And I think Iran could last for 10 years or more, especially with the amount of money they're making since they removed the sanctions or letting them sell oil. What is up, guys? Thank you so much for watching. You like the video, you want to support independent resistance media, you know what to do. Drop that sub, hit the like button, and please share it. And we do love our members, so if you want to become a member, it's another really great way to support. Thanks again for everything, guys. I'll see you next time. Let's go.